Good evening from Toronto. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, the Grizzlies have long departed Vancouver. The Raptors are Canada's team. And right now, one of the most consistent in the NBA.
And this team has a whole country behind them, Ed, just not a city. And I'm so sick and tired of fans talking about this team can't make it out of the playoffs. They have the personnel to achieve the ultimate level of success, and that's winning an NBA championship.
On hockey terms, he's ready to drop the gloves. We're ready to go in this one in Toronto. Won by the Miami Heat. To Butler. Jay, how do you even begin to try and describe the whirlwind that is the Toronto Raptors?
Well, you start with the positive. Last year was the first time in franchise history they were the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference. And here we are. This team still having a chance to win the Eastern Conference again.
Dragic into the front court. They trail by 2. To Butler. Screen coming. Knocks it down off the step back. We talk so much about who are the MVP candidates, but there are other guys who are so valuable to their teams, and Jimmy Butler at the forefront of that list.
I have a phrase that I use when I describe players like Jimmy Butler. It's called most valuable mentality. There are certain players that approach the game with a certain mindset every single day that they will do anything possible to win the ball game. He plays with his heart and soul every single possession and every night, and he will leave it on the court if that means he can win the ball game.
Dragic to Butler. Across the timeline, it's Lowry. The lead is 2. Trying to cash in. Wide open look, won't go.
Ooh, I can't believe he didn't get that one to fall. But at the end of the day, he got an open look, and that bodes well for this team.
Dragic. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Lowry into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Pass stolen by Miami.
Pick up that sense of urgency. Here's a chance to break the tie.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Dion Waiters at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. A career 70% free throw shooter. Free throw's good. A 3-point play. And with that, they go up by 3. The ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. Pascal Siakam knocked loose. He'd get control. He takes it right at them and scores. You have to fill in there.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Lowry with it. Down 5. To Powell. Off the mark. Well contested. Dragic with it. He'll run the offense. To Butler. Has a look. And a putback slam.
Ed, it's pretty amazing how athletic bigs can be when it comes to getting an easy 2 points, huh?
Now the Raptors going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the first quarter. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Fred VanVleet. Short jumper stays out.
See, I don't like that shot right there. Pass the ball, get the defense moving, maybe set a hard screen, roll to the rim, see the ball go in a couple of times before you settle for a mid-range jumper that's contested.
Dragic against a Kentucky product. To Butler. Here comes the screen. Butler for two. Off the mark. Fred VanVleet. Defense making the ball handler work. For three. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Waiters. OG Anunoby sends it away.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Here we go. My ball, my ball.
He'd come up with it. Waiters. To the rim. Lays it up and in.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
The two-round NBA Eastern and Western Conference semifinals playoffs 2020 games and highlights coming up next.
Ibaka slams it down.
Another possession they were forced to take a tough shot. This time they got it to go, but they need to do something different to start creating more open look opportunities.
Defense, let's go.
Nothing going here on that drive. Jimmy Butler for two. Cleared by Ibaka. Long heave from three-quarters court. That'll do it for the first quarter. The Heat with the lead. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Ball's controlled by the Raptors. Fred VanVleet to Gasol. Almost unlucky bounce.
And you hate to say this, but this is the reality of the matter. Sometimes it takes guys a little while to warm up into the game. Seems like they finally found their rhythm in the second quarter.
McCall into the front court. Right now, down 7. The screen sets him up for 2.
Again, Ed, if you made it to this level, you're capable of doing things that normal humans can never do, even if you're not known for it.
Butler to Dragic. Jimmy Butler, 2 of 4 now.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Fred VanVleet to Powell. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. And scores on the step back.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Miami with the basketball. Jay, 44 wins for the Heat last year. For the most part, that core is in place once again.
And when I think about the core, Ed, I think about upper management. I think about Pat Riley. I think about Eric Spoelstra. I think about Mickey Arison, the consummate professionals.
Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. McCaw into the front court. 5-point game. To Ibaka. And a throwdown.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
We get a whistle and a timeout here for Miami as they'll discuss matters in what's now a 3-point game.
Have you considered enrolling your son or daughter in one of our summer basketball camps? Space is limited, so you must act soon. Visit our team website for full details.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes.
Number 0, Myers Leonard.
Tough make through traffic.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Lowry to Jeremy Lin. Here comes the screen. Lowry. Rebound comes to Miami. Dragic with the basketball. Up 5. Lowry to Lin. Here comes the screen. Lin matched up with Jimmy Butler. Jeremy Lin. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Dragic to Butler. That pass taken away by Toronto. Lowry. Oh, the Heat right there to take it away.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Has a chance with the step back.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Lowry to Gasol. Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
Dragic into the front court. Counting down toward a minute to go in this first half.
In the second quarter.
Goran Dragic. He's now 4 for 6.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Now a whistle, and Toronto's going to use a timeout. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game. Changes coming from both sides right now. Lin to Lowry. Shot clock winding down. Short jumper misses. Dragic with it. Leads 5. And the rebound taken by Gasol. Lowry into the front court. His guys can hold for the final shot. Gasol, he is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots. Late heave to beat the buzzer. So the difference, 3 points as we've reached the break. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Heat have themselves a narrow lead, and they've been showing off some excellent shooting, and it's ultimately points that win games. So if they can keep this up, there's a great chance they can finish with a victory. These are the guys getting buckets, the Miami Heat. The Raptors aren't down by much after 2 quarters.
And without question, they can put themselves in a position to win this game if they continue to rack up the assists.
Have a look at the leading scores for the Toronto Raptors.
Game track. Steals.
We're seeing a lot of steals in this game, and it's not been one-sided. Each of the teams in this matchup have been aggressive on defense and getting some positive results.
Player of the half.
Butler is providing all of the evidence needed to show that rebounding starts with positioning. You don't need to be the strongest man on the court to have a chance at a rebound. Of course, it doesn't hurt if you're the strongest man out there.
Who was cold?
Lowry hasn't put a single point on the scoreboard. If I was a teammate, I'd be doing my best to remind him he's still got 2 more quarters to change things around. It'll be interesting to see if he can make that happen. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
Across the timeline, it's Lowry. His guys down 3. Trying to cash in. Gets a look. Can't hit. Dragic with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Jay, sometimes it's not just the Heat that does opponents in Miami.
I've been a victim to this multiple times when we have played the Heat, and I think other franchises from cold cities have been the same. There's a reason why the Miami Heat have such an advantage down here on South Beach. You catch them on an off night, it's rare that opposing teams are ready to play.
Lowry into the front court. They're down 3. Pass stolen by Miami.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
Dragic to Waiters. Here comes the screen. Marc Gasol swats it. That's out. Last touch by Dion Waiters. Lowry with it. Down 3. To Gasol. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
I'm laughing because when you look at Marc Gasol, he's not the fastest big guy in the game. He's not the smoothest, nor is he the best shooter. But you know what he is? He's prepared and he's experienced. That's why he can get you 17 to 18 to 19 points per night or more, and you get a tough low post presence.
Lowry has the basketball. To Gasol. It was right there. Butler into the front court. Up by 3. Oh, nice find for the basket.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Lowry. And the basket good at the rim.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Butler to bring it up. Leads 3. To Waiters. Can't connect. It's the Heat with the possession. He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws. Lowry into the front court. He'll run the offense. To Powell. Scores from the post.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Butler. Oh, emphatic slam.
An easy 2. Get back on defense.
Toronto has the basketball. Lynn to Van Vliet. Takes stock of the floor. Driving right to the basket. Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Waiters. Nothing going here on that drive. The screen sets him up for 2.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Pascal Siakam to Van Vliet. Too much contact, and free throws coming.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
First try, no good. Second one goes. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Butler into the front court. 2-point advantage. Nothing going here on that drive. Jimmy Butler, 4 out of 7.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Knocked loose. Heat get control. Pascal Siakam tips it. Long heave from three-quarters court. There's the buzzer. 3 quarters complete with the Heat in front. So the Heat will have it to start this 4th and final quarter, and they'll be looking to finish strong.
And when you play stingy defense on one end, the other end takes care of itself.
Screen coming. Waiters to Butler. Has a look. Butler with a shot, no good. Powell to Gasol. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
This is why I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Dragic to Waiters. Nothing going here on that drive. 5 seconds to shoot. Waiters. Nice pass to set things up.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Toronto with the basketball. Probing the defense. Trying to create. 5 to shoot for Toronto. 4-3. It's no good. Shots not going down. Dragic into the front court. They lead it. 4-point game. To Waiters. Powell with the rebound. Fred VanVleet down low for Powell. Not that time. Dragic with it. Leads 4. To Butler. Nothing going here on that drive. Butler to Dragic. Here comes the screen. Dragic creates the space to bury the 3 on the step back. Now the Raptors going to use a timeout. That's their first. Leaves them with 1 remaining the rest of the way.
I know the fans didn't get a chance to hear this during the break, but the coaches are wearing a mic for the broadcast. I heard a lot of arguing inside the huddle. It lets you know that the intensity level is pretty high going into the 4th.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Fred VanVleet to Lowry. Lets it fly from long range, and he can't get it to go down. It's no good. To Butler. And look out.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Across the timeline, it's Lowry. His guys down by 9. Gasol. To Lowry. Short jumper won't go down. Butler to bring it up. The lead stands at 9. To Dragic. Here comes the screen. The shot almost.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Knocked loose. Raptors come away with it. Oh, you've got to get that one to go.
I agree. I thought there was a foul, but also it's all about your approach. You can't come down the lane and jump off one leg. It's called a power lift. Go off 2 legs and expect the contact.
Here comes the screen. Dragic to Butler. Shot clock for the Heat down to 3. And Jimmy Butler. Not that time.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Pascal Siakam to Lowry. Rebounded by the Heat. There's the whistle and an intentional foul. Just their first in the final 2 minutes, so no free throws yet. They'll take the ball out of bounds.
Smart play. You have fouls to use. Good way to manage the clock without burning a timeout.
Subbing in for the Toronto Raptors, number 17.
And they're going to play this one out to its conclusion as we get an intentional foul. That means free throws coming up in what is a 7-point game.
Okay, now look over to the sideline and see what the staff is trying to draw up on the next play. That's good clock management thus far.
No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
And here's the foul. Right now it's a 2-possession game, so if he hits 1 or 2 of these, it could be all she wrote.
This is a close game and possessions are at a premium. That's a good move to stop the clock.
First try at the line, no good. Good bounce back, hits the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Now a whistle, and Toronto's going to use a timeout. It's their second and final one of the last 3 minutes. They cannot stop the clock again. just inside the arc. At the buzzer. Shot at the buzzer does indeed go down, but it only affects the final score. This ball game is over. The Heat with the victory as they get a good win on the road. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Raymond Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up.
The Heat got the win in a nail-biter.
When you're able to get steals like they did here today, it greatly improves your chances of winning. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Miami Heat. The Raptors lost a tight one today, and you can see the disappointment.
And even though they shot so well from the field, I bet they're only thinking about the shots they missed. This was a tough game to lose.
What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Toronto Raptors.
Game track. Field goals.
Neither of these teams were able to make much of an impact on defense. As you can see here, they were each pretty successful with some efficient scoring.
Player of the game.
Butler gets rewarded for the way he provided his teammates with plenty of easy baskets. His assist total is certainly indicative of his clever playmaking.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. Number 1.
That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.
Game 1 Orlando Magic 4-2 Milwaukee Bucks 4-5 Final. Game 2 Orlando Magic 3-9 Milwaukee Bucks 4-3 Final. Game 1 Houston Rockets 4-2 Los Angeles Lakers 5-7 Final. Game 2 Houston Rockets 3-4 Los Angeles Lakers 3-5 Final. Game 1 Denver Nuggets 3-8 Los Angeles Clippers 5-3 Final. Game 2 Denver Nuggets 3-6 Los Angeles Clippers 3-3 Final. Game 1 Miami Heat 4-0 Toronto Raptors 3-5 Final.